Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the Monday sit down. Hope you're all well. As always, if you're new, like and subscribe, please. I'd really love to hit 250 by Christmas. We're like, I don't know, 14 off that. So that'd be awesome if we could do that. Right. I managed to catch the Sonny Edwards Bam Rodriguez fight. Really good entertaining fight, that, wasn't it? Great scrap. There's a lot of people suggesting that Sonny sort of changed his style and held his feet more and stood in front of Edwards, in front of Rodriguez more, because he was the away fighter, the show being in the US. But sort of any corruption around judging tends to be when it's a fighter that's not the promotion's fighter, if you know what I mean. So not being the away fighter geographically, but being the away fighter as in the judges will be swayed by some very hospitable treatment by the promotion on which they're working for. But Sonny was a matchroom fighter as well, and this was essentially a matchroom at an Eddie Hearn show. So he was geographically the away fighter, but he wasn't the away fighter in terms of whose promotion it was. So I'm not sure I agree with that. I don't know if it was more down to a bit of ego and a bit of sort of just wanting to outman and outfight his opponent, you know, and showing that he was, you know, sort of on top in that sense. But early on, it seemed like he almost was trying to go 1-3, where he was trying to, lead with his jab, draw Rodriguez, and then catch him on the freeze. But it seemed like Rodriguez knew that as well. And when he was countering off Sonny's lead, his shots were just too much, and he was throwing better on the twos and then not being there for Edwards to catch him on the freeze, if that makes sense. So, and then it just seemed like after, when he did decide to, he was almost going to have a fight. It was almost like Rodriguez's just bigger physicality just shone through. Where he just outmanned and out sort of bettered Sonny in every department. I think at the end of the sixth, there was a really great exchange, but the look on Rodriguez's face said that that's what he wanted and that's where he wanted to be, whereas the expression on Edwards' face said, this is not the type of fight I really want or can win, and he didn't. And then he got the eye damage, which looks like it was due to like a clash of heads more than anything. But as soon as it got turned into a fight, essentially, Sonny was always going to come off worse, but he still put up a fantastic performance. It really was a good, no shame in Sonny losing the way he did. Just those tactics, he was always going to come off second best. And Bam always looked like the bigger man physically, didn't he? The bigger, the stronger man. So he was always going to come off second best. But class for Sonny afterwards. He totally sort of just give an honest sort of outcome of and a description of what happened, and he was totally class in defeat. So, all the best to Sonny. And Bam just looked great, didn't he? Again, enters into the pound for pound list. Bam does, and can move up in weight. Because like I said, the difference in physicality for me was really what on the day sort of, and just he was better in every area. But really it was the physicality was the biggest difference for me that won him that. Really good scrap though. Couldn't complain at that at all. Moving on. Now, I've looked everywhere online and I can't seem to find this yet. And I'm sure this has been finalised behind closed doors, but I can't see who yet is going to fight and walk first out of Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. Now, I was having this discussion with a very good friend of mine, Dean, at the weekend, who is going to be a guest on the show in a couple of different capacities in the new year. So look out for that, because he's a great boxing mind. But he brought it up to me that, would you want to fight last? Now, if you were sort of top of the bill, you would fight last on the card. But with these two, as we know, penciled in, I think, March 9th to face each other, would you, if you were Joshua, say, would you want to fight last on the Saudi card after Wilder has fought? Now, let's say Wilder spectacularly dispatches Joseph Parker, which is more than possible. Can you imagine, let's say Wilder dispatches Parker really early in devastating fashion, say in the first couple of rounds, and then you're Joshua, who fights last, and you're now fighting Wallen, and as a lot of Joshua's fights have gone recently, you get to mid-rounds, and it's a bit of a cagey affair, which it very well could be if Joshua's still in the very sort of lack of confidence mindset and not confident enough to be destructive in his offense. Can you imagine the crowd reaction if it gets to mid-rounds, Joshua Wallin, following a destructive blowout by Wilder? Can you imagine the crowd getting on the back of Joshua and sort of the mental pressure that would just be added to Joshua at that point in that scenario? I just thought it was a good point and something worth thinking about. And I don't, like I say, I've looked online to find if there's any scheduling that says who walks first and who fights first, but I can't find it. If you know anything about this, or if anyone out there knows anything more about it, it'd be interesting for you to let me know, because I think that's a great point and a very interesting one. Moving on, and I'm going to cover this, and a lot of purists don't like this. Jake Paul. Now, he fought Andre August, I think was that Friday night, and won by first round knockout. But there's a lot of people saying that was like a dive and a paid opponent. First off, that is a myth, that whole sort of thing about diving and all that. And maybe back in the 40s and 50s, but certainly not today. And regardless of how limited Andre was, and kind of, I mean, it was really early on. So when people say that was a really negative, poor performance by him, it was really, it didn't get into a fight to even really be able to tell that. But I want to talk about the shot. Now, whatever you think, that was a really, really perfectly well thrown uppercut. And it was thrown off a jab, so it wasn't a lead uppercut, but he threw that uppercut from distance. Now, that's not an easy thing to do, regardless of the opponent. And he threw that perfectly, and it landed perfectly, and it had devastating effect. So Jake can certainly punch, and there was nothing wrong with what he did there. And I mean, that was a decent shot. So first off, I just want to say that. Cover that. It's worth covering. It was a good shot, like whatever. I don't care what you say. That was a good shot. The other thing I want to talk about today was this Amazon moving to show PBC and them taking up a contract with them. Now, let me just find. Now, they've released a statement on this. Now, my thing with Amazon doing this boxing stuff is, now I've got Amazon Prime. Now, with Amazon Prime, they have a habit of and doing. They charge, so you get a load of free content if you're an Amazon Prime subscriber. But a lot of the content within that, you have to pay for on top, with like new releases, even a lot of old back catalogue movies I've noticed on there, you have to rent. So it won't surprise me at all. Now, in their statement, so PBC statement was, PBC pay-per-view fights will be available for all viewers to purchase regardless of Prime membership. Additionally, in the US and selected countries, Prime Video will exclusively stream PBC Championship Boxing Series events, showcasing top matchups among boxing's current and rising stars. Now, the problem with this is, I see coming, is firstly, Prime is, I think G-Man talked about this, I think G-Man said he doesn't have Prime, and I know a lot of people don't have Prime, so it's kind of, as it being a media outlet, it's kind of it's one of extension, meaning you have to subscribe to it like on top of your normal content you would get through sort of Sky, TNT, whatever. You've got to, additionally subscribe to Amazon Prime to get it, but within that you then have to pay for more. So it won't surprise me at all that they've also, in that statement, they already say they're doing pay-per-view events. So on top of your Prime, you will have to pay for their pay-per-view events. So, and then it won't surprise me at all if to get any of the PBC content, you have to buy some kind of pass, like almost in the way that you pay for DAZN. It won't surprise you if you have to pay a separate on top for PBC. Not confirmed yet, and also to make this work, I believe they're going to have to try and attract the casuals. Now, to me, it's a bit like Amazon Prime is a bit sort of their content, their video content is a bit sort of out of sight, out of mind. When I go and look through, if I'm going to sort of go look through the Sky Plan or whatever to see it's very rarely I look on Prime because it's a bit it's almost kind of hidden. Unless you actively look for it, you won't look there. So in terms of attracting casual boxing fans, I don't really see them doing it because you've really got to make the mental effort to go and look there, and I just don't think you will. It's easy to pick up boxing on sort of Sky or BT. If you've already got a subscription, it's just going to be in your plan and what's going to be there. This you've got to go and actively find and then pay for. So I'm not sure how successful this will be. I don't know what you think. You have to let me know on that. But yeah, I'm not sure about it. Not sure. And like I say, with Amazon's record of charging on top for content, yeah, not sure that's going to be. Let me know. Big fight week. I'm going to do detailed breakdowns of Joshua Wallin, Wilder, Parker. I'll probably do, although I don't even really want to. I don't think I should be doing it, but I will do Dubois, Miller, and all the other stuff on that card. So look ahead to that. Anyway, that's it for this Monday. I'll see you all possibly tomorrow, definitely Wednesday. And again, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Help a brother out. Look, come on, 250 shouldn't be out of the way. Did I deserve 250? I thought I deserved 250. Anyway, see you all soon. I'm out.